we are going live as a paid
Hi everyone,
product
and
for
welcome
Open
to
Next
OP Digital
shortly.
Blueprint. Again, apologies, it's
As
not on a
a
Tuesday,
mobile
it
app,
is on a Thursday because I managed to get home in
desktop,
time. Yippee!
and a
So we have
application
our very good
web
friends Gina
responsive
Lever and of course Red Phone
for
with us today.
AI
Welcome guys.
components.
And
Hey
what we
Andy, how you doing?
A little bit of
Awesome.
different,
Hi Gene.
appeal.
been driving all over the
more
country
features.
and seeing all
Just
this
about
wonderful
anytime
scenery. It's fantastic.
We're integrating as we speak.
What we were going to do today was run through or give you a little bit more of what we picked up from Ash's last webinar. So I'm going to pass the floor across to Red to start today. And look, he's in my apartment. Look, I've got my apartment. Yeah. There you go, Red. Back to you.
Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, fine. Thank you very much. Obviously, if you are one of the people that follow me on my lives, then you'll know over the last week, 10 days or so, we've been talking extensively all about the webinar and some of the points that we were there. I've been doing it all on my own, to be honest. So I like this topic now because I've got you two to chime in and we can talk about things and expand things. And this is really what I absolutely love about it. And just, I can say a few things and we can pick up on it and talk a little bit more at length of it. One of the main topics I've been talking about, and the reason I've been talking about this topic, and today was a little bit the same as well on my live, is detaching ourselves from ONPASSIVE so that we are ready mentally to move to the next phase. Now,
are you ready? And what ready means? Okay, do you have the funds ready at the door? Okay, some people have been saying, "Oh, I need a paid product. We gave you free product."
I think it's really important.
We gave you the paid product for free.
ONPASSIVE,
you still want more, so now
we know
we're ready. Are you ready? If you're not ready, you have no chance. You have no chance to succeed anywhere else. If you're not going to grab this, like the minute we say go,
it's a business. It's
to the cart.
It still
to
has
the wallet.
The name and
you have no chance.
Portal
Sorry to tell
and
you
all
that.
the rest of it there.
You really
nothing is going
have
to
no
be
chance. Company is ready. Are you ready?
From
That's
it,
the question.
Okay. I think it's important for us to all of us to understand that our CEO was adamant that he wants to keep ONPASSIVE there because he basically wants to be in a position where everything is sorted that was associated with ONPASSIve. What do I mean by that?
And we're taking you
any legalities, any monies owing for wages or for third parties, any commissions owed to people
when we told you we were going to own it,
see within our
when we told you the whole
back
world
office
is going to know your
wallets,
name,
anything to do with ONPASSIve from a business point of view, a legal point of view, a monetary point of view, he wants to set it straight to zero. That is why it is all still there. That's why it's not being shut down. This is why it's not going to be going anywhere, because this is going to be very time consuming and something that moves on.
The experts are saying
very nicely on to why
everything,
over the three webinars that we've heard from him so far, he's mentioned
to see what we have
this 3 times,
and that is so many things are going to change from ecosystem, mail, all of that.
So
things
that
are
we
just
are moving forward into the next phase.
Get to a new height.
He quoted,
as we do in ONPASSIve, we reach
from ONPASSIve into the next phase is me and my name.
The next stop.
No coding,
we reach
no
the very
products,
top,
no services,
we invent a new top.
Nothing.
Okay. That's what we're going to continue
this
until we die.
This is why I've been talking over the last
we're going to continue
10 days
building
or so
and creating and innovating
about how we've got to get ourselves mentally ready
not necessarily
for
the first
this
day
next
of
phase.
August. There will be
so many people
a historical announcement
that our CEO has said in
ready.
2022 and 2023, and I was told it's going to be that and all the rest of it.
Unique and disruptive
yes,
with
that
it.
Was
a new department by O Media.
How it was all going to be.
International collaboration. It is ready, but I just
through no fault of our own. We are moving forward. To something completely better and
or the
different.
launching of
brand
Connect commercially
as a paid product. products, digital products and services
in about 2 weeks or less, we should be listening to something very, very exciting
business
from
that we know of. Yeah, probably it will be.
And
but it's going to be brand new. And that's the thing I'm trying to get over to so many people. And hopefully we're on the same sheet here with what I'm trying to say. Is that when I'm told by our CEO that what we're moving to is better than what we had before, I'm all in. Yes,
it really is.
I have got
time to shift
emotions tied up in ONPASSIVE. Yes, I've got finances tied up in ONPASSIVE.
And I know most people have thought
okay for me because I know.
But I think it's really, really important.
And I believe that our CEO is good for his word, and he will do everything within his power to set things right.
What are you going to do?
But I'm not dwelling on that. I'm looking forward to what I can do myself for this next phase. I want to get my teeth into something that I can really get hold of and utilize for the benefit of my financial future and also my online business. I'll leave it at that for now.
Okay. And I know a lot of people here.
Thanks, Fred. Great start.
Back up a little bit.
And Gene, I'm sure you've got some points that you want to cover as well, based on what Red said and also what our CEO said the other day. So over to you, Mike.
Well, thank you, Andy. Thank you, Red. Boy, when you were talking, I got this visual, like I do, of thinking of ONPASSIVE as like a classic car that's being parked. It needs to be parked. It had problems with the engine, had problems with everything. So many problems that it's not drivable. It's parked. And in another shop, in a fabrication shop, you could say, a concept car is being built. A futuristic concept car that never has been seen before, is way better than anything that classic car could have taken us to, right? So I think, like Red said, it's still there, you know, and at some point down the line, some value might come from it. Maybe it's sold for parts, you know what I mean? You know, the hood ornament gets a few bucks on it. It's an analogy, people. So I think in my mind, that's a kind of a good way of thinking of it, right? We have something new that's being built that is so extraordinary, never been seen before, a whole new concept. And I love the idea of concept cars because they represent to me that out of the box thinking that something that is so cutting edge, so futuristic, so different than anything that's come before. And that is Ash. That is the way his mind thinks. He's always looking to do that. So if we can sit in the confidence that is being developed, we'll be in great shape. And I did want to say, when we were talking about, you know, what Ash was saying about preparing us, detaching from the old and preparing ourselves for the new that's coming, preparing to move to something you've never seen and we haven't talked about. So you really have to, we talked about a lot of really amazing, cool things. So what, you know, it just expands the mind thinking of, boy, we haven't even talked about it yet. And it's something new. So this is where we are. We're sitting in this space, this blessing of time to expand our minds, prepare ourselves in whatever way we can, you know, just however, making sure we're paying our own bills, taking care of our families, whatever. So we're prepared to hit the ground running. We're not under stress. Our minds are open.
When I say that,
we're still keeping those dreams big so that we can be ready. Actually, Narelle Warkon said something really great on her Wednesday show that was
exactly what's happening. But it's
something
going to be pretty powerful.
Like,
and you are going to have a way forward.
Don't ask when it's going to happen.
You are going to find a way
Say,
to take
I'll be ready when it does. And it was such a great just shift of focus. I think, Narelle, I hope I got that right. I just think that's a really, really exciting state of mind to be in, sort of like that genius state of mind, just open and ready for any kind of ideas that might come, ready for those next actions we may or may not have to take. We don't know, so we just stay in that state of readiness, and we trust our CEO. And the last thing I'll say about this is a quote from my 9 pages of notes from our last meeting, which was from Ash, quote, "I promise you, you have a good brother and good friend for life. I'll never disappoint you." That's Ash Mufareh, and anything that he develops is going to be good. And so that's what I wanted to say on that, Andy. Thanks.
Thanks, Jean. I wanted to come at this from a slightly different angle. What do I mean by that? Well,
you need to bring the people with you.
When I was learning the industry that I was thrown into, you could say,
and that's coming.
We were always told, be careful who you listen to.
An action plan. He's going to come in.
Choose people that know what they're talking about. Choose the successful people.
And you need to
choose the successful people. Follow them. Because they've done it. They know what to do and how to do it. What's the point in following somebody who's never done it before?
If you use your time
properly, if they've never done it before, they're not likely to do it again. Hold on, that doesn't make sense. So, my point being that
and that's the next term.
Ash, we know, is a marketing genius.
Don't make this complicated, guys.
Ash, we know, is created before what we used to call OConnect, our video conferencing platform at that point.
He talked about this for
but
5-6 years.
I took out of the recent webinar was it's not likely to be called OConnect next time. It's likely to be called something else.
So she would have no problem whatsoever.
The difference is,
I think about me.
It's more likely going to be 3 times better
the tech guys know this,
than the one we had before.
Not technical. I mean, Marty asked me to.
Now you may look at that and go, "Hold on a second, how the hell can you make it better?"
What the hell?
But there are various different things that could be added on, and I took out of webinars a couple of years ago when Ash explained that he had 2 teams working on the same product at the same time, with a view to, okay, this guy's come up with this idea, this guy's come up with this, perhaps if we amalgamate the 2 at some point. But we were going with one, and we were going to look at the other at a certain point. So, 2 points, as I said, be careful who you listen to. Now,
as your organization grows.
For me, personally,
and then prioritize.
I know this man's done it before.
Boom, 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 boom,
We've seen the proof. He has a heart for humanity.
Again,
he's not given up. He will continue until it's done. And he's taking us along for the ride. So I'd far rather listen to him than anyone else. So I'm in, 100%. Whatever it's called, I really don't care, because at the end of the day, we know Ash is behind it, so that's good enough for me.
2 other things.
So,
and this is something Marty,
you want to be successful, follow successful people.
What does that mean?
In my mind, Ash is probably one of the most successful people I've ever met.
And you can't help everything.
He's certainly
what you can
the only person I know that has created and is willing to give back. Vast majority of CEOs and presidents and vice presidents and managing directors I've come across over the years, most of them are only interested in that.
Ash is going to come out Thursday.
They have no interest in giving back. And a good example is actually the CEO of Amazon.
Why?
I have had and know of people that work in the Amazon warehouses. They get paid minimum wage. Why?
And Marty cannot
because Jeff Bezos is only interested in that, nothing else. Anyway, Ed, I'm sure you have some further points that you'd like to add, so over to you.
Ask him to do
no problem. Ironically, he probably needs to have people on minimum wage after what he paid his ex-wife on their divorce settlement, to be honest.
Why?
It probably had a lot to do with it.
Quite probably.
Catapulted her into I think the richest woman in the world. I think it did, didn't it? 175 billion or something it was.
What a shame.
What a shame. Yeah, you talk about Ash wanted to give back, and I picked up on what he was saying. He didn't mention too much, did he, about what was going to be things happening, etc. But what he did say was it's going to be better than what it was before. He hinted that the commissionable side of the new business will be even better than what we already know ONPASSIVE commissions were going to be. Obviously, legalities, etc., and restrain him from probably doing what he wants to do. But again, isn't that a massive positive for the next phase? If we are going to be generating commissions from sales of products and services in the new phase, that the commissionable side of things are going to be even better than it was under old ONPASSIVE. I mean, isn't that something just to get excited for about that? We do really need to look forward rather than looking back, and this is all part of,
and I think people just kind of poo-poo it.
In my opinion, the strategy that Ash has been laying out before us over the last couple of months. It's that preparing the ground, it's the re-fertilizing and getting ready for seeding, and however you want to, and whatever analogy you want to use as far as it's concerned, it really all points in one direction, and that is preparing us for the next phase. He decided that he wanted to come to us on a more regular basis when he started mid-February. When he popped on to Chris's and Marty's, and ever since then he said, this is what I'm going to do. Obviously, with Marty being in hospital at the moment, this is slowed things considerably at the moment, because he rightly so wants Marty to be an integral part of what is happening at the moment, and it goes to show really how much behind the scenes organization Marty does with webinars, etc. That without him bringing all channels together and all sorts of other things that you don't know about behind the scenes, he is that kingpin that makes it happen. Ash is a master strategic and marketeer. When I first started, when I looked it up, this is one of the massive pluses that you found about him on Google when you did your search for him. If you really analyze what has gone before, we never even got into that marketing part of ONPASSIVE. Yes, we saw Burj Khalifa getting lit up. Yes, we saw the advertising on the billboards all throughout Dubai, etc. Yes, we saw big banners on stations, on buses, all the rest of it. We saw all of those. But that's not really his lane. That's not really what he's good at. And he made reference to this on when I asked him the question, if you remember, in the Q&A part afterwards. He actually said that over the last 3-4 years, what was the way to go as far as marketing, that's been and gone. I mean, we three here and many of you guys out there right now, if you've done any marketing in the past, you will know and understand that we are so much further down the line. And if you are trying to implement marketing like it did before, it's just not going to work now. To give an example, email marketing, funnels, pay-per-clicks, all these sort of things. If you went out into the marketplace trying to do that now, you're dead in the water. Remember putting adverts in newspapers, in magazines, all these sort of things, right? If you try to do that now, you just might as well just go and burn your money in a bin, because it's not going to produce any leads whatsoever. So where do we go from here? And Ash did a very good explanation of how AI is going to integrate into what he's doing. And he says that what he has been looking at, designing, using, getting ready for us, nobody's doing it yet. Now, one of the things he did say is that it doesn't matter what you do online. If you have a online presence, everybody wants marketing. Everybody wants these things on what you are either saying, doing, or producing. Nobody's going to say, I don't want any more people watching me. I don't want any more sales. I don't want any more people looking at this. I don't want any more clicks. Nobody's ever going to say that. Everybody wants more, from a president all the way down to your granny who's baking a cake. Okay, everybody wants more people to view what they are doing. And if you have got a brand new system, marketing system, that hasn't been utilized before, that is brand new, it's AI, it specifically targets all of these terminologies, then that is more gold than any product that you are going to ever produce. Why? Because people are going to buy that system, because then that means that they are going to be able to market what they want to do to get eyes in front of it. And if we are part of this next phase where that is going to be
so I want to clarify something.
Put into what we've got, and we can buy that to either resell or to use. Just imagine what that's going to do, guys. I mean, start thinking about that a little bit.
A while ago,
it's just that alone, without a product,
in my hands, okay,
right? Without
1, 2, 3, look what happened to me.
A new OConnect video conferencing, whatever it may be, without any other services, without any other physical products, without anything else. That little bit alone is going to absolutely blow things apart. Back to you.
So that's going to integrate quite well then.
I'm glad you can say it better than I can.
There are so many open.
We all trip over words.
Absolutely. You got tongue pipe. Jean, I'm sure you've got some points you'd like to add as well.
Yeah, I was thinking about, I don't remember exactly how Ash said it. I think he was alluding to the fact that, with AI, the development is so fast, and marketing, everything's changing. And if you have, just say 100 people exploring AI, they can all pick their AI lane and go for it. And it's not like there's only one way to do AI and one little road. And, we're going to be behind because we haven't started yet. And everybody's going to be ahead of us and all that stuff. No, there's just a zillion unlimited things that you can do with AI. So I wanted to ease people's minds with that, because it's sort of like,
number one,
writing a song. There are 8 notes? 8 notes. And all of the songs, past, present, and future, are written with those same 8. So the possibilities are unlimited. And when you have, I just want to say people not to worry about us getting behind or there being, other companies doing their AI work and all that stuff. No. We have a genius musician, as it were, an AI musician that is, using the potentials, but creating something vastly new and unlimited, and always is going to be doing that. Ever innovating, never stopping. We never need to worry. And for those people out there that
also it's the ability. So it's the availability,
just haven't had the faith or have not been, had this sort of rock solid, we are in this, we know the potentials. We're excited about it. We love the change. We're here for the duration. But for those people that, are maybe say,
themselves or as much,
thinning, their faith is thinning, I have one of my absolute favorite quotes. I'm all about the quotes today, which is from Harriet Beecher Stowe, who was an American author who was very vocal against slavery and things like that. So she was a pretty amazing woman back in the 1800s.
That's another reason
the basic quote is never give up.
People in power are
for that's just the place and time where the tide will turn. The whole quote is when you get into a tight place, and maybe people are feeling tight financially, maybe they're feeling like, oh man, I need this to go.
The other thing is,
when you get into a tight place and everything goes against you till it seems as if you couldn't hold on a minute longer,
just to make some peanuts.
Never give up then.
The feedback
for that's just the place and time where the tide will turn. And that's where we are. We are here at this point. Please, people, don't give up. Stay, because we are literally about to turn this world on its ear, and it's going to be amazing. So that's all I wanted to say, Andy. Thank you. Thank you, Ray.
Thanks, Jean. Thanks. It's good. I mean, there's lots of things we don't know, and what Ash was explaining the other day was, look, we're going to get to probably stage 10 before we tell you what stage 1 is.
And how?
And I'm sitting there going, oh my god, I really want to know what's going on. But this is good. This is great. And who knows what direction it could go. And I love this, Greg. You mentioned about hydrogen vehicles. Yes, I'm with you. I'd love to build one. It was done in 1997 by a guy called Stan Mayer, but we won't go there today. Let's hope Ash considers things like this, because the world would be a better place if we had various technologies being brought out. And Jean, you're right about this AI. It doesn't matter which branch you're in. If you're ahead of the curve, you're ahead of the curve. What I always took out of what Ash said last time was that, we're 3 years ahead of the curve. That means they've got 3 years to catch up. And no matter how quickly they try and catch up, we're always going to be 3 years ahead. So, he's found his lane, if you like, and at the end of the day, he's going to take advantage of it. Who knows what comes of it? But as I said, the most important thing for me is to make sure that I follow the right person and not the wrong person. And for me, that's Ash Mufara. Any final comments, Red, that you'd like to add?
Yes, you're right. Okay.
Just one final comment, actually, and I'm just going to pick up on what you were saying about we're not going to be behind and all the rest of it.
The better the team.
Isn't it funny that I'm just going to sort of reminisce, about things, is that obviously when we had OConnect, which is 2 years or more ago now, and Ash was talking to us about what we're going to be doing with OConnect, and even before we got it, he was telling us all about it and what was going to be part of it and all the different bits and pieces and that was there. And obviously the wheel fell off and everything went Pete Tong. That's an English saying, by the way, Gene, if you didn't know what it was. And where I lost my train of thought, that's right. And but what he was telling us about OConnect was what was going to be integrated in it and how it was always going to work. Now, when we paused, isn't it amazing that all of the other people, the other platforms, etc., have all got what he said we were going to have. Now, this comes back to what Andy's just said, is that we are always going to be ahead of the curve. He was talking about these things way before anybody had even thought about them. We were having them integrated into our things, but things happened that we couldn't get around. And then because we had to pause, lo and behold, 6 months and a year down the line, our competitors have integrated them into what they are using right now. Why? Coincidence? Don't think so. I think it's maybe people, spies in the camp, people know about us, and they thought that's a really good idea. Don't you think having this mastermind in our midst that we call Ash Mufara is going to keep us ahead of the next curve in whatever we are doing. Don't you think that whatever he's thinking about right now is way down the line of what anybody else is already thinking? This is exciting. If that is the status quo moving forward, and we've got the proof of what he was saying has been implemented into other businesses, products and services, then he was certainly on the right path, wasn't he? He was talking about exactly the right things, because we see it in other platforms, including the one we're on right now. You know, this to me is more clarification.